This video is going to be really, really strange for anybody who hasn't seen the previous one, but it's going to prove that everybody's wrong. Assumptions should never be made, and this is the way it should be done, and this is what has happened. Interestingly, this video is going to make people think, well, he doesn't know what he's on about. I'm used to that. Don't worry about it. What I'm actually going to be showing you is how this cassette deck here, which is a Dragon, recorded a tape, and then the tape is played back on this cassette deck here, which is a Teac W-1200, and the results prove categorically that the tape is the most important thing in this. So all these people who say that you can use one set of machines to record, another set to play back and everything, they're all wrong, because you'll see what I mean. And we'll get to that in a minute. But also it proves that the tape is more important than any other part of the machine, because if you don't get the tape right, you're not going to get it right. And unfortunately, this other machine here, which is a CR4, was used, but all the music was copyright, so I can't play that. You will just have to believe me when I tell you what it's like. And, well, let's get stuck into it. Here we go. A well-maintained Nakamichi Dragon was used to record my normal test pattern. The Dragon was used to record it and to play it back, and the files were sent to me. And these are the sorts of results we got. But you can see them on the full-length video, which is there. What has subsequently happened is that the tape has been sent to me. I'm going to play it back on my W-1200. We see what the differences are. I'm pretty certain this is the later version of this one, which is the one I used in my original video. But don't forget, this is tapes recorded on this machine, play it back on this machine. So we're going to see what the differences are between that and what the original tapes we had before. So first of all, the nasty bits are still in here with the third harmonic distortion. But the higher distortion peak aren't there on the 1200 playback, and you'd probably say that's because of the frequency response to the tape deck. We'll go with that for now, but I'm not sure that's what it is. Looking at 3 kHz, there's the nasty distortions. However, again, you haven't got the frequency distortions up at the higher end again. So what's going on there? By now you're probably screaming at the TV, it's the frequency response to the shit deck. Well, prepare to be amazed. This is the bit we've been waiting for. This is the bit we've been building up to. This is the bit that everybody's going to say, what? How that? No, that cannot be right. But let's have a go with this. Look at the figures, see where we go, and we'll come to some conclusions later on. Let's have a look at the frequency response, and here we go. Oh, now the top one and the bottom one, actually the top one looks a bit better, but they're both going up to 20k one way or another, and the minus 20 is flatter, but they look very similar. White noise, well, yeah, that's okay, a bit of a drop off on the top one on the pink, on that one. 0 dB pink noise is pretty good, minus 20 dB pink noise is very similar. Right, well, so there you see the results on this are quite weird. You've got good response on both the W-1200 and on the Dragon. The Dragon's still got its funny little spikes, but you know, the results are there. It's going up to 20 kHz. So it proves that the W-1200 can do 20 kHz if it really, really tries. And so we know it's a good record to tape. But this is where it gets rather weird. I've done a visual representation, which I'll do a voiceover on, and it'll explain. Because the music that was recorded by the CR4, I can't use because obviously it's under copyright, and so I can't put it on the video. But you'll just have to believe me. It sounded, well, I'll tell you. If you get stuck into that, can I just ask if you'd like to subscribe, or to share, or to like this video? Because I've got no control on what you're listening to it on and the way that YouTube compress audio, there's a little point of me sending the audio down because you won't be able to hear the differences. But let me just give you this example. This is an iconic symbol of beauty. This is off the Wikipedia page, and it says it's the untouched Mona Lisa, as it is today, but it needs to be brightened up slightly so that on the Wikipedia page they've actually got one that's been slightly enhanced. This is not that one. This is one that I've put through my photo software that I use, and it's had one-click enhance. This is visually like altering the tone controls on your system. You can see it's brought out some of the details and enhanced some of the softer tones. It's also made a bit of noise on it, but yeah, it is what it is. So this one's more like having a graphic equalizer put on it, and look how good it can be. What I've shown you there is what you can end up with from a pure source. And this is the visual representation of what this tape does to the source. Everything is still there. It's just wrong. There's an old expression which is used in English: if you polish a turd all you end up with is a shiny turd. And I think it's true to say that if you put rubbish tape into a cassette deck, doesn't matter how good or how bad the cassette deck is, you're not going to get anything better out than you deserve. Put rubbish in, get rubbish out. And the reason I say everybody's wrong is because I was expecting better results than this, but it does prove here that the tape is consistent. It produces similar results on all of the machines it's been used on. They're just all awful. Anyway, that's it. Catch you another time. See ya. Bye-bye.